Brian Hearn with the football, and this league match at Leederville Oval about to start in Les Bong's 250th league game. David Court opposed to Rogers. It's a straight bounce. It beats both ruckmen. Malaxis feeds the hand pass to Mitchell. Bumped off it by Manane. Picked up now by King. His hand pass to Manane. West Perth can go to attack. Short kick should be marked by Buick. No, he's got time to recover. Hand passes to Manane. He was on his left side. He comes to the side.
Brilliant.
By Mitchell. Now Davidson. And Clement a chance to rebound. Mitchell's got pace. Strong Chevitt behind the play by Miles. Mitchell's hand pass to Godding on centre wing. He left foots the ball down towards the vacant centre half forward. Out comes Scott. Couldn't control it. Suter's there. Knocked over to Bell. Bell comes in field now and gives it to Mugovan. He's got time to settle. Short pass looking for Warwick, and Warwick's taken the mark. And some treatment from Golding.
Yeah, it was a tough contest by G. Mitchell. Was brilliant in that early encounter.
Warwick in short, and Bradmore takes his first mark for the game. His 100th game today, Phil Bradmore. Gives it to Laidley, who runs down towards half forward, kicks to the pocket, and Managlio. And Managlio's marked, and he'll be a chance to score from there. Just outside, 50 metres, comes in field and finds Corey Buick.
They charged right up, West Perth. John Winch charged him right up. He did that before the game when they linked arms, and he spoke strongly to them.
Foley makes the break. Buick kicks to the edge of the square. Coming from behind, Darren Buick couldn't hang on to it. Manane snapped out of the pack. The ball will bounce to the goal square and picked up by McKenna. And Claremont will come out of trouble. McKenna touches down once, runs the 25-metre line, indecisive play, puts Court under pressure. He thumps it towards the boundary line, chance for Mifka. Now Panizza close to the boundary line. Over his head goes the handball. Knocked forward by Malaxis, and there'll be a boundary throw in at left half forward.
You know, if young Darren Buick had a run hard to apply pressure on that occasion, that forward pocket, West Perth could have developed something.
2 minutes first quarter. Foley and Court. Foley in front, wins it down, looking for Managlio. Foley's held without it, no kick. Pack on the ball. And umpire Mike Ball will move in to bounce this down. It's still at left half forward.
They play very wide, West Perth, don't they?
Yes, they throw the ball around. Now this is Fong. His first touch for the day. Gives it to Mifka. Hooks it high down towards the pocket. Out comes Owens at full back. Misses the mark. Chance there for Morton. Still Morton. Knocked off it by Buick. No, Morton's got the free kick there. Pushing the back.
Precision was right. Good to see Darren Buick applying tackles. It's been lacking in his game this season, but it was still good even though he gave the free kick away.
Morton goes to the outer side centre wing. Rogers stands his ground. Great leap there by O'Connell. David O'Connell. He's pulled down a spectacular mark.
Now that was absolutely brilliant mark by this fella, the centre forward from Claremont.
O'Connell puts it high towards centre half forward. Golding goes up, knocked away by Mugovan. Chance for Warwick. Through the pack, gets the hand pass to Rogers. He gives it to Fong. Fong comes to Corey Buick. Short pass to centre wing should be marked there by Simon Little. It is. Will come across ground. He's got Munns coming down a long way from the back pocket. Munns didn't know what to do. Now he kicks it down towards Manane. Manane takes the mark, 40 metres out.
He's a late inclusion, but he's a live wire. Manane, he's been all over the place and in everything.
Manane left foots it down towards full forward. The ball swinging away. Darren Buick's behind the pack and he takes the mark. So West Perth will score a goal here. He plays on. He's made to go back and take the kick over the mark.
Just holding up play, it'll be the same result.
West Perth need a bright start today. So Darren Buick, the number 2, worn by their former champion Mel Winnan. It's a great honour to wear that jumper, and Buick should kick a goal here. He does. So West Perth first on the board. They're a goal. Claremont no score. 3.5 minutes first quarter.
Yes, and they're looking very lively, West Perth. They're moving the ball around. They swung the ball across the ground on that occasion, and Manane's very, very obvious that he wasn't in the side to start with. He's come in as a late replacement for Kickett. I don't know what happened to Kickett, but Manane's come into the side. He's obviously playing over on that left half forward flank, but running here, there and everywhere, and he's been the driving force that's been pushing them forward, and they're looking dangerous. Claremont won't want to go to sleep. It's happened to them before after a couple of good performances, and West Perth will be keen to win this because it's their only hope of staying alive.
Umpire Hearn about to restart play back in the centre. The bounce will favour Rogers. Now there's been a centre square infringement, and the kick's going Claremont's way.
Hearn's still at it. You notice Peter still leaning that ball back that way. He did the same thing last week.
Now West Perth penalised 15 metres. Comes to kick it to centre half forwards. A path open for Scott. Through comes Bell. Scott taps the ball towards the pocket. Munns leads in the race to it. Now he come back infield across ground. That's a shocking kick. Should be marked by Scott Orbegovic. And Scott's taken the mark. Only 30 metres out. Well, that's poor play by West Perth.
Shocking play. Why didn't Muggerman make a lead out in the path of the play rather than run across the ground himself? You know, you continue your play up in the direction of the path when you're out of defence.
Scott back in league football after a 2-week suspension. He's accurate with those. He's put it through. It's a goal apiece.
Yeah, charity begins at Leederville, doesn't it, when you're playing West Perth under those circumstances? But you can blame the bloke who kicked it, and I do blame the bloke who kicked it. But he had nothing to kick to out on the left-hand side of the ground, which was the way the path should have gone. They'd made their position out to the defensive path. They've gone deep into a pocket. The next movement should have been further out there. But Muggerman and company have led over across the goal, looking for an easy kick in the wrong position. As a result, bingo, what happened? And I might tell you, Muggerman was playing on that left-hand flank. That's where he should have been.
Well, that's what happens with this centre bounce then. Straight. Both ruckman a fair contest, and Court wins it down. Dido Zanatti gets the hand pass out. Through comes Shepherd. Goldie. Shepherd spoiled. Golding gets the quick kick away down towards the pocket, and the mark's taken by Mitchell.
But wacko, the diddlo did Muggerman lay the bloke back here on the
He hasn't
right half
moved.
forward
He hasn't moved on the point of the square. Shepherd laid on the deck.
Tell you what, it gave him a real good one. Instance after he disposed of the ball.
Surrounded now by 3 trainers. There's a further 2 coming out. Now Mitchell on a 45-degree angle, won't get the distance from 40 metres. Big leap by David O'Connell. He's brilliant recovery, snaps at goal. He's put it through for a point.
Yeah, the screw didn't come up to the expectations of the leap, but he is lively, this fella, and he'll cause him a lot of headaches at centre-half forward. I hope Shepherd recovers. Yeah,
he's back on his feet now, surrounded now by 5 trainers out there. Kick in by Munns. He goes looking for Muggerman, and Muggerman takes the mark in the pocket. He was just about to play on. Now he's got some boot trouble there.
He holds up the game when he runs, and he's holding up the game when he's got the ball.
7 minutes. You're a hard man, Perth.
I am hard on him.
Claremont lead 1-1. West Perth a goal. Muggerman to centre wing on the grandstand side. Rogers in front. Caught from behind. Both ruckmen miss it. Davidson reached the crumbs. Hand passes to Malaxis through his hands. Now Warwick. Well tackled by Michael O'Connell. Caught over the ball. Now Manane knocks it out. Gastiff gives it to Rogers. Rogers is strongly tackled by Begovic. Now Gastiff sells the dummy to Malaxis. Goes down looking for Bradmore. But it's over his head and the mark's taken by Morton.
Blimey, that was ordinary umpiring. That was a throw by Rogers on that occasion.
Now Morton to the agency of 15 metres. From half-back goes to centre wing. It's straight for Laidley. And he won't miss it. He runs away now from David O'Connell with a bounce on the greasy turf. Well played Laidley. Goes to half forward. Knocked away by Claremont's McKenna. There'll be a boundary thrown at right half forward.
Shepherd's off the ground.
Rogers and Court. Court with front position. Wins it down to Begovic. He snaps it over his shoulder towards centre. Chance for Laidley. Knocked forward now by Shepherd. Now Golding comes through. Breaks the bell tackle. He pops over the pass. Chance for David O'Connell, and O'Connell's taken the mark and some treatment. At maybe 15 metres. No.
The umpires are going to have to take control. West Perth are charged right up today, and it's going to be very physical, I feel, particularly after you've possessed the ball or after you've got rid of it. And that should have been a 15-metre penalty.
So David O'Connell with his kick straight in front. Now the breeze isn't really a factor here, Perce.
Yes, it is. It favours that end of the ground. You'd find it'll funnel down there, Pete, a bit.
By how much?
Oh, there's a couple of goals in it down there.
A couple of goals. OK, O'Connell kicks and kicks truly. That's the second goal for Claremont there. 2-1-13 now. West Perth the goal at the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, the West Perth defence gets itself into a little bit of bother because I feel like they over try to read the game a little bit. They play away from their man when the ball's coming in, anticipating that they can read the kick in, and Claremont used the ball extremely well, and as a result a player like O'Connell can take his man up and drop back into space, and they're creating plenty of space between centre forward and full forward because that's the way Scott needs it.
So umpire ball then. We'll do the bouncing in the centre for the first time this afternoon. Good straight bounce. One down by Rogers. Handball forward by Begovic to Davidson, met solidly by Laidley. Now Golding, hand passes away. Hand bumps Managlio. Still hand goes through his legs to kick it. Now Davidson 50 metres, but that's been called a throw. There's a fight on play. I think Muggerman's involved there. He's given a couple out already so far. Play allowed to go on centre wing. Chance for Begovic. Knocks the ball forward. Still in play, no. Now it goes over the line. So kicker getting mixed up there with Muggerman.
Larry won't take a backward step, believe me.
Throw in. Half forward for Claremont. Caught over the top. Clever tap to Golding. Malaxis in short. And the mark through Shepherd.
That's when Muggervan should have been on his man.
Might be a bit slow for Shepherd. Muggervan kicks long. West Perth mark down there, not paid to Suter. Picked up by hand, a snap at goal, and Gastovs in the last line of defence takes the mark, works in short. They've got Benaglio loose in the pocket. Laidley's come off the ground, appears to have a leg injury. Kick to centre wing, and Morton takes the good mark opposed to Darren Buick.
And that was a great mark.
Laidley limping off the ground. Michalczyk's on now. The pass finds Kickett. He feeds the hand pass to Davidson from 50 metres out. Good shepherding down there. It may go through for a goal. Was it touched? No, it's a goal to Claremont. Good shepherding by David O'Connell. Claremont score their third goal there. 3-1. The Falcons a goal.
Well, I really thought that the fella should have touched the ball no matter how much shepherding went on then. You should have been able to get your hands to that ball. It was very surprising to me that it got through, but the loss of Laidley is going to be dramatic, and it's obvious he's pulled a hamstring again, that fella, so that shut him out of the game for the rest of the day. So that throws the West Perth defence, which is already under tremendous bombardment, particularly from the Claremont centre line. That throws the West Perth defence into further confusion.
19 plays 6, so Claremont with the early goals on the board. The West Perth minus Dean Laidley. 10 minutes first quarter, and Court doing well on the ruck, wins it down, knocked forward by Dino Sinati. Chance for Bell. Now this is Fong. Fong out of the pack, kicks to half forward. Morton, good use, knocked away well by Buick. Now chance for Bradmore. Mitchell overruns. West Perth have the numbers, picked up by King. Now Warwick. Warwick goes down towards the pocket. Darren Buick running hard. Can he control it? He does. Good pressure applied by McKenna. Brought Buick to ground. Now chance for Morton taken high. Play on now. The free kick was paid. Davidson gets the kick away to centre wing. Up goes Mitchell. Misses the mark. Chance for Munns, pushed in the back. It's been seen by the umpire, and Munns will get the free kick on the centre wing. And 15 metres. Not much up forward for West Perth. Bradmore surrounded, but he'll go up opposed to McKenna, who knocks the ball to ground. Chance for Gastov. He couldn't control it. Now King emerges and passes to Gastov, who wasn't looking. Socket forward by Michael O'Connell, but before that happened anyway, it went out of bounds in the full. West Perth got the kick through Fong. Fong goes looking for Foley, and Foley's taken the mark. He played on. Gives it to Manane, who put the ball to ground. Fimmer can mop up. Chance for Morton. Goes to the back of the pack and Court. Court's bumped off it by Foley. It's knocked out to Kickett though. Kickett gives it to Malaxis, and Claremont running out of defence now. Malaxis towards centre wing. Out comes David O'Connell, but West Perth mark through Lill out there. Good saving chest mark by Simon Lill. Yeah,
he'd be keen to play well today against Claremont. Simon Lill, an ex-Claremontie.
Just backward of centre wing, works in a short pass, and Corey Buick's taken the mark. He goes down towards the pocket. Up goes Manane. Couldn't mark the greasy ball, but there's been some interference out there. The kick's going to Manane.
Surprising kick. That looked nothing more than a spoil. Obviously trying to get control ball.
Manane long. Foley from behind. Knocked away by Owens, and there'll be a boundary throw in 25 metres around from the West Perth goal, who are 1 goal, and they trial Claremont, who are 3-1.
Starting to look better, Danny Foley at full forward for West Perth.
We do the ruck work here opposed to Court. Court getting front position again. Wins the tap down. Chance for King. Hand passes out of the pack. And Kickett's quite content to run that ball across the line for another throw in.
Their football's very precise, Claremont, at the moment, isn't it? They're finding a man just about with every disposal.
Court, good tap. To Mitchell with pace. Kicks to centre and Malaxis. Knocked off the hand pass by Mithka. Chance for Warwick. Warwick gives it to Darren Buick. He's 50 metres out. Short passes. And the mark's taken by Gaston.
Tremendous pressure on by West Perth then. Rob Claremont of the ball and has allowed him an opportunity to score.
Gaston, 30 metres out. Shoots. And he's kicked truly. West Perth 2 goals. Claremont are 3-1.
Yes, that was good rebound play by West Perth. It looked like a big opportunity with Claremont in the van, and the pass by Mitchell looked a good opportunity for Malaxis to break with the ball, but tremendous pressure and good mop-up play by Darren Buick, who seems to be in great touch today and has obviously gathered fitness a little bit after his early season injuries, because he's applying a lot more tackles and putting a lot more pressure on in his own play today, as well as playing well in his own game. He's a brilliant young player, this fella.
Seven points the margin. And umpire Hearn bounces crooked again, taken by Rogers. Hand pass just passes Mitchell. Manane, he goes to ground. No kick. Picked up now by Davidson. He lost it, but he's got a high tackle from Buick. Played for that Davidson. Works in short and finds Court just backward of centre. High kick down towards the pocket. Begovic there from behind. David O'Connell. Wore it off hands by Bell. Goes to the outer side. Kickett makes the... Mithka makes the break. Panizza close in attendance, and between the two players it goes across the line for a throw-in.
Umpire Hearn still can't bounce that ball straight up and down, can he? Which is a real problem for ruckman.
16 minutes first term. Rogers and Court go to it. One down to Panizza. Kicked forward by Golding to centre half forward. O'Connell falls to ground. Chance for Munns. He's got support. Now Lil has to pick it up. Bumped off it by hand. Now O'Connell. Bell gives it to Lil. Good play that by West Perth. Now Muggervan. He can set something up for West Perth at half back. Not a good kick downfield. Chance for Shepherd. Still Shepherd goes. Now Panizza. And between all that, it goes across the line. Gastiff trying to battle hard there, and there'll be a throw-in.
Got a bit scrappy over there, Pete, and a long way away.
Mithka doing the ruck work. No, Bradmore opposed to Court. Court out of the pack. Kicks the kick down towards the half-forward flank. Muggervan, if he can bring it in. He's got support. No, he gets away from O'Connell. Kicks to centre wing. Straight to David Court, who takes the mark. Hand pass to Miles. Shepherd. Short. Mitchell. Mitchell runs away from Warwick. High kick. Out comes Suter for West Perth. Knocked away well by Scott. In turn, he taps it away towards goal. Now Munns. Oops, a little bit indecisive again, but he's got support from the agents 3 through Bell, who fumbled. He's got time to pick up. West Perth make hard work it out of defence. They finally give it to Michalczyk. Michalczyk pops it up looking for Bradmore. From front Miles. He brings the ball to ground. Well played, Kickett. Now Miles. Through the centre. Kickett going back with the ball. He'll do magical things. He allows Scott to come to and take the mark.
Very good talking. Obviously went on there between Scott and Mitchell. Mitchell just dropped his hands, allowed Scott to wrap up the easy chest mark.
So Scott's about 30 metres out. Distance no problem. There goes his kick. It's there. It's another goal to Claremont. His second for the afternoon, and Claremont a 4-1, and West Perth are 2 goals.
Well, I did a summary this morning, and in the summary I said Scott might be a problem, referring I think to Claremont, but it looks like he's going to be a problem to West Perth because he's getting into open space. He's on the lead, and I did also think that maybe Suter lacked the yard of pace to handle this fella, because Suter's is a fairly burly sort of a fella, and that looks like that's going to come to pass, particularly the way Claremont used the ball into their forward line.
"18 minutes first quarter. And umpire Hearn. Good straight bounce that time, and Foley having his first run on the ball. One forward by Court. Zep Begovic trying to break through. Malaxis gets the hand pass out. Manane put down by Kickett. Still goes Kickett. Puts the ball away. Dropping the ball. Yep. Now West Perth run on through Buick. Buick runs to centre wing. Not a good kick downfield. McKenna should mark. McKenna comes through. Goes looking for Kickett. No, he allows the ball to be marked by Davidson. Foley encroaching the mark. It'll be 15 metres. It could even be a second penalty. Uncalled for play by Foley. Davidson. Out comes West Perth Suter. Knocks it to Lil in fact. Now Golding, but there's been a kick out of there. Fong's been taken high, and he'll get the kick at centre half back. Fong in his 250th league game today. Kicks to centre wing. Bradmore's interfered with by Miles. He'll get the kick. Comes up a long way for his kicks, Perth.
Plays mainly on the right centre wing.
Down towards half forward, and Warwick from behind Michael O'Connell. Gastiff ends up with the ball. Hand passes to Manane. He's 40 metres out. Peter Mayne fires at goal. And he's kicked West Perth third. They're 3 straight. And Clement a 4-1.
Yes, and although Bradmore plays mainly on the right centre wing, it worked on that occasion as Manane ran back through his position at centre half forward. There was plenty of room there for a player to get through. Claremont mucked it up a little bit with 2 players going for a mark when probably one of them should have thumped the ball forward and mopped up nicely in that area. But West Perth are getting good numbers where the ball is. Their running players are starting to be pretty valuable. It looks like we're going to have a fairly high scoring game even under the sort of wintry conditions that's prevailing.
So the margin 7 points then. As we wait the centre bounce. Foley and Court. And Court wins the tap. Chance for Managlio. Controls it well, then spins out of the Panizza tackle. Kicks out of the outer side of the ground. Bradmore leads in the chase. Miles right on his tail. Bradmore falls to the ground, gets the hand pass away. Now can Mifka pick it up? He does. He's 50 metres out, goes for a short pass, and Rogers takes the mark. He's 25 metres out, sells the dummy. Corey Buick at the edge of the goal. Oh, brilliantly smothered there by McKenna, was it? But it's a goal to King. No, just touched.
Yeah, it was well over the line. That was a superb smother. Who was that?
McKenna.
That was a superb smother by that young fella. Smothers, in my opinion, are probably the greatest facet of football, and that was a superb smother.
Well, should Rogers had had a kick first?
Yeah, Rogers, he seemed completely confused as to what he was. They got another injured player coming off the ground, West Perth.
Yeah, King limping. McKenna from the kick in goes to centre wing. There's a good mark taken out there by Shepherd, is it?
Yeah, Shepherd out there.
It's backward of centre wing. Through comes Lil, thumps the ball to ground. Golding tries to charge his way through the pack. Picked up by Mitchell. Hand pass block. Chance for Muggerman. He falls to ground, pushing the back.
Another scrap on here.
Buick's involved in that with Malaxis or Golding.
West Perth can't afford to get too many more injured.
Muggerman to half forward, straight to David. Caught,
touch ball.
Good mark taken by Gaston, not paid.
There's a touch ball off the boot. Back at
right, okay.
Umpire ball called touch ball off the boot. Top umpiring. All right to boo, crowd. You don't know the facts.
Bounce on the point of the centre square. 6 points the margin. Claremont in front. Knocked forward down by Evans on the ground now. Out wide, chance for Mithka. Awkward bounce, knocked forward by Panizza across the boundary line.
Yes, they're two valuable running players off for West Perth early in the game, aren't they? What, we're not 20 minutes into the game, and you've got King, who's been a top player on the centre wing, and Laidley off the ground.
Evans and Court. Court done all the ruck work for Claremont, wins the tap yet again.
Right.
Knocked wall there forward by Kickett, by Mitchell, sorry. Now Davidson to McKenna in the centre. McKenna goes out wide. On the leader's Begovic, one-handed. Couldn't mark it. He's left too much pace for Muggerman. Over the top goes the hand pass. Hands held there by Munn. Just inside the line. Hands strongly tackled by Munns. No kick. Begovic through the leg, straight to Munns. West Perth can get out of trouble. Munns wanted too much time. He was dragged down by hand.
No, good umpiring, good umpiring. He's called back to the original free kick, which he considered was a throw.
Right.
Everyone's confused at the moment by the umpiring, including the umpires.
Including me.
Yeah, well, it's very, very difficult, I can tell you.
Right half forward, Muggerman. King's off the ground now. Big pack of players, and the mark's taken by Court.
Gee, look at the wallop of players there.
Yeah. 23 minutes first quarter. 4-1 to 3-1. Claremont a goal in front. Cork to centre half forward. From behind O'Connell. No mark. Picked up there by hand. Slung off the kick. Chance there for Lil if he can come through. Still he goes. He's pushing the back. No kick. He's over the ball now, and the umpire will move into bounce. He
was held without the ball, wasn't he? Clearly held without the ball. I'm lost.
Court and Foley. Court dominating the ruck. Gets it down to Morton. Knocked forward to Davidson. A left foot kick down towards Scott. He comes out. Knocks over his head, but he's got no one there. Munns will be first onto it. And passes over the top to Suter. Now it's Lil. Lil ambles away. Works in short, and Gastiff takes the mark. Still a bit casual out of defence, West Perth. They go in short again in Warwick. Warwick kicks over centre now, going back Panizza. Waste of possessions there by West Perth. Panizza in short. Mitchell tells Morton to leave it, and Mitchell takes the mark.
Oh, geez, good, this fella.
Runs away. He's got too much pace for Foley. Goes to centre half forward, and David O'Connell interfered with the West Perth player. It's been picked out. That'll be a kick to Lil.
He hasn't read one of the fundamentals of centre-half forward play, and that is centre-half forward should play in front. That way they can construct play for players running past. O'Connell playing too much from behind.
Kick's going to Gastiff. He goes looking for Manane. That's a good mark in these conditions. Runs away from O'Connell. Not a good kick though, and Court takes the mark on centre wing.
But there's no one for West Perth to kick to at centre-half forward. It's a position vacant.
Court in short to Davidson. Davidson pops over the pass. This will be marked out there by Shepherd. 50 metres out, Cam Shepherd. Long kick down towards full forward. Scott will Shepherd. Nearly a good mark to Scott, and it's blocked through for a point.
Yes, West Perth's having a play at the moment, leaves that situation vacant, and when they're getting the ball to kick it to centre forward, there's no one to kick it to. Claremont are just mopping up.
Munns to the outer side, and Gastiff. Gastiff chips in the short pass, and Manane takes the mark on centre wing. Mifka's by himself down there, but he can't get away. That should be 15 metres. Yeah, a professional free kick.
Real top 15 metres by Panizza on that occasion.
He knew where his man was.
Yep.
Manane. to half forward, and Bradmore. Michalczyk intercepts that pass. Wasn't paid the chest mark. Warwick tries to come through. Mopped up by Owens. Hand passed out now to Mitchell. Mitchell runs to centre wing. Works in the short kick. Ill-directed kick. Muggerman didn't go for the mark. Out comes Bell. He needs to control it now. Gets away from Shepherd. Short kick. It's all West Perth, and Warwick takes the mark. Warwick should be told to run on. Goes for a pass. It's not a good kick. McKenna will be first to it. Laidley's back on the ground now. McKenna will run this ball across the line, sliding across the turf himself.
They must have shot him up lately, because he was certainly limping and looked like a hamstring. He's certainly recovered quickly for a hammy.
Bit of time on now. First turn. Evans and Court. Fong looking for a free kick. Tapped out by Dino Sinati, straight to Gastiff. Gastiff gets the hand pass away. Overrun by Claremont. Owens comes through. Hand passes towards the pocket and kick it. Kick it, keeps it in play. Fong's there. Now Gastiff sells the dummy, gives it to Fong 25 metres out, and he's pushed over the line. Boundary throw in. Left half forward. Claremont leading by 7 points, and up goes Court. Wins yet another tap. Chance there for Mitchell. Held without it. That's the way the umpire's seen it. Mitchell gets the kick. Wharton wants to play on.
Claremont are playing without forwards also. It's got me completely baffled today.
Mitchell across ground. Kicker takes this mark on the 50-metre defensive line. 4-2 plays 3-1. Claremont in front. His kick to centre wing. Buick goes up opposed to Davidson. Buick appeared to be held by one arm. Davidson over the ball, and he's been penalised for holding it. Buick with the free kick. Now he'll be taken off. No, Davidson's going to get penalised. No, umpire ball just telling one of the players to move away from the mark. Buick to half forward. Up goes Laidley. McKenna nearly a good mark. Manane, a hand pass to Gastiff. Gastiff thought about another one. Gives it to Laidley, running out of room. He brings it back down towards full forward, but he's put the ball out of bounds on the full.
Yes, West Perth continue to work their ball deeper and deeper into pockets. Pretty hard to snap goals from there, particularly if you're a backman, and Laidley's more of a backman than a forward. But Claremont can't develop very much up forward either.
57 minutes. First quarter, and Morton from the back pocket. Goes in short to McKenna. McKenna another short pass. Michael O'Connell's there. Takes the mark. Coming late, Managlio. Another short pass to Golding. They've got it to half back now. Golding plays on over the top, the hand pass to Morton. Brings it in one-handed. Kicks up over centre. Looking for David O'Connell, who's in front, and he takes the mark.
He'll always mark from the front. That's the first time he's been there today.
Goes across ground. Darryl Panizza running down. Mifgat comes from behind. Panizza over his head. Now through comes Michalczyk. Well tackled by Panizza. Chance again for David O'Connell. 60 metres out. Short pass. Appeared to be touched off the boot. Knocked away by Munns. Now Bell. Hand passes. Little left without it. No, it was Suter. Suter dives onto the ball now. Through his legs. Picked up by Michalczyk. On the 50-metre line, Michalczyk does well, gets the left foot kick away. Mitchell comes in front, didn't take the mark. Will gets the hand pass away to Mifka. Mifka on centre wing, goes looking for Bradmore in front. Bradmore's taken the mark opposed to Miles. Plays on, handballs to Laidley. Laidley goes for a short pass. Out comes Evans, traps the ball, hand passes to Bradmore. Bradmore back to Laidley. Laidley on his left foot goes looking for Warwick. Court nearly takes the mark. Miles goes through without the football. Gastiff was there. Chance again for Evans. Running the wrong way. Gives it to Managlio. 25 metres out and surrounded by Claremont players and the umpire. It's knocked out now to Court. And Court gets Claremont out of trouble. Towards centre, and Begovic takes the mark. Well, the wasted opportunities, West Perth. Hand passes to Davidson. And Claremont rebound. Davidson with a high kick towards half forward. Munns will need to fist this away. He does. Scott comes out, gathers the ball, falls to ground, pushing it back. No, he's penalised for holding the ball.
I think he's changed his decision, maybe. Yes, he has. Very foolish play by the West Perth defender. Very foolish play by Suter, and that was good umpiring.
I didn't see it first.
Yeah, well, he went for the stupid nonsense after. You know, Scott had given the free kick away. And then this fella had to show how much stronger than Scotty was, so he struck his nose in the dirt, and the umpire took control of the situation, and that's top umpiring.
Well, he's got 15 metres to boot as well. So this will put Scott well within scoring distance as the siren sounds. Now Scott has already kicked 2 goals. Will take this kick after the siren. Scott fires at goal. He's put it through. Handy goal that to Claremont. They're 5-2 at quarter time. West Perth are 3-1, the margin 13 points.
Scott's thanks Suter for his endeavours, and Suter should be told, as I tell a lot of people frequently, heroes get kicked, so don't push players' noses in the dirt.
Shepherd's still out there, so I wonder who's come off for Claremont.
I'll pick him up for you.
Okay. Second quarter about to start. Claremont lead at quarter time, 5-2. 32 West Perth, 3-1-19. Rogers and Court had the dominant first term. Buick out of the centre to Warwick to Fong. Fong in short, and the mark's taken out. Spilt there by Monaglio. Recovers, tries to go back to Fong. Dide Sanati touches the ball and comes away. Left foot kick smothered there by Fong, and there'll be a boundary throw in. Well, Fong doing some good work out of the middle.
Well, if you want to highlight on what Fong is, there was a perfect facet of what he is. He's taken the ball out of the centre and he smothered that play down there brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly.
Boundary throw in. Rogers and Court. Court falls to ground. Rogers wins the tap. Straight across the boundary line.
He's looking a bit fitter, Rogers.
I'll be heeding some of that advice of yours, Perth. Miles, tackled by Fong, and he's been penalised, Miles, for holding the ball. Good tackle that by the West Perth captain.
Certainly vintage Fong, that passage of play.
Ball's knocked to ground. Chance there for Mitchell roving the back line. Gets the hand pass away eventually. Now there's been something behind the play. West Perth are getting a kick here. It's going to Laidley. A push is the indication from the umpire. Obviously he was watching behind the play. And Laidley, who came off the ground early in that first quarter, is back in the forward pocket now. He'll take this shot at goal from only 25 metres out. West Perth need one, and they get one from Dean Laidley. The Falcons are 4-1 now, and they move to within 7 points of Claremont.
Yes, and I suppose West Perth feel that squares up for the free kick that was taken away from Suter at the end of the last quarter, and on that occasion Claremont looked like they were pulling the ball away, but a little bit of irritation. There's words passed between umpire Hearn, and it looks like Miles at centre half back, but I think it was Mitchell that was the offender. I see him slapping himself on the thigh to say that was rather foolish, and it was rather foolish because it was a clear passage away from defence by Claremont and a rebound by a stupid free kick to give West Perth an easy goal.
2.5 minutes first term. Corey Buick gets the hand pass away looking for Rogers. Malaxis with desperation dived on it, and he's getting a kick here. Taken high.
Unable to get into the game as of yet, but Malaxis.
Goes out wide. Muggerman's in the good position there. He takes the mark. Just about to go off. Where will he go? Straight to a nest of Claremont players. Bradmore's got through to contend with, and Court comes through, takes the mark, gives it to Morton.
Gee, there's no pressure there at all.
Had time to steady, but his kick finds Michalczyk. Michalczyk runs on and around Rogers. Goes looking for Gaster. Michael O'Connell's there, knocked away by Bradmore, picked up by Morton, put the ball to ground, no help without it. He'll get the kick.
No, he dropped the ball. He lost control of the ball with the slippery conditions, and he didn't have the ball, and the free kick was right, but he was a bit lucky.
Short pass to Davidson on centre wing. Davidson, another short pass to Malaxis. Fong coming from behind. Can't stop Malaxis from marking the ball in the centre.
Gee, it's short old footy at the moment.
Now Malaxis tries to get some penetration with a kick. In front there is Lilt. Nearly a good mark. Wasn't paid. Picked up by Mitchell. Hand passes to Begovic. He should go to Goldie. He'll snap at goal with his right foot. It'll go through for a point. Well, Goldie was waiting for the hand pass.
We need someone to snap a good goal to give us a goal of the day situation. So far they've all been ordinary affairs.
Kick in by Bell to the outer side, and Michalczyk takes the mark. Short and Gastiff on centre wing. He's giving some West Perth some life, Perth.
Yeah, I like him. He's a hard worker, this fella.
Gastiff down towards half forward. That gets out of bounds on the ball.
It's not a very good kick, is he?
Yeah.
That's shocking football.
Kick it to centre wing. Panizza, no, it was Michael O'Connell. Now, West Perth have been paid the mark out there. It's going to Gastiff.
See what he does with this one.
Thought about going in short. Now he goes to half forward and Bradmore. Miles takes front position. Bradmore takes the mark. Runs away from Miles. Goes looking for Foley. And Foley's taken the mark. Now, Foley's only 35 metres out. And he can put this margin back to 2 points. Dan Foley doesn't put much into the kick, but it's a goal. West Perth are 5-1, Claremont are 5-3.
Yes, and West Perth are playing pretty well, particularly even though that didn't develop from the centre bounce. From centre bounce downs in this particular quarter, Rogers has lifted his game, and the group they've got in the centre, Corey Buick was in the centre originally, and Les Fong, they're working the ball out, but Gaster was the prime mover over there on that occasion. I think he was dead set lucky to get the mark. It looked like a Claremont touch first, but Foley's going to prove a handful for Owens. He might be a fraction short for this big fella. And Foley's come to hand in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
5 minutes, second quarter. Rogers and Court. Court wins the tap. Claremont's Dintino Zanatti held without it. Gets the free kick. Hand passes to Malaxis. Malaxis goes out wide looking for Davidson. Through comes Buick. Davidson is paid the mark.
He's playing well, Davidson. I don't know whether it was a mark, but Buick wasn't impressed with the decision.
Davidson left half forward. Muggervan. And Muggervan spills the mark. That's paid. No push in the back.
See, it's hopeless the way Claremont are playing. They're just leaving space, hoping Scott will run into it. And when he doesn't run into it, West Perth are just filling up the hole.
They go backwards now. Munns sidesteps himself, then goes to the centre wing looking for Methka. Just about outmarked by Panizza. Now Begovic. No, it was Doug Smith. Hand pass with a pack straight to Lil. Now West Perth can make something out of this as he goes to half forward, and Laidley. McKenna coming from behind. Laidley falls to ground. Well played McKenna. Taps the ball to centre wing. Michael O'Connell's met heavily by Managlia, and there'll be a boundary throw in.
Yes, Michael O'Connell was met heavily by Managlia. I'm not sure that's Managlia's game, just the same. That's how you get hurt doing things like that.
Attacking side of centre wing for West Perth. Court. Taps it looking for Panizza, then goes back in again. Taps it now Fong. Fong's held without it by Dido Zanatti. And the umpire will bounce.
He really didn't have the character to make a decision on that occasion, did he? In that situation, I'm not saying he hasn't got character, but he didn't have it in that situation.
Centre wing. It'll favour Court. Taps it infield. Knocked forward by Panizza.
I think it was holding the man. I don't think Les Fong ever had an opportunity to hit the ball cleanly.
Well, he's been tagged today by Dintino Zanatti. And I'll get it right one day. Court and Rogers. Managlio. Strongly tackled by Begovic. Now Morton to Panizza. He's got Smith making the break at centre half forward. Smith going back with the flight of the ball. Takes the mark. No, wasn't paid. Muggervan goes on the ball and there'll be a bounce.
That did appear a mark, that one, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know, Davidson a minute ago didn't appear, and that one did appear a mark. David O'Connell, to me, is not really impressing at centre half forward. He's been very impressive apparently the last fortnight, but he seems to be all at sea playing from behind.
They do the ruck work here. Now Bell. Hand passes to Muggervan. Back Mitchell. Mitchell's too clever for Muggervan. Hand passes to Malaxis. Coming from behind Warwick. Now Smith from 30 metres. Left foot's at goal and puts it through for a point.
Yes, well, Claremont should have done a little better on that occasion. Hard running by Mitchell gave them the opportunity, and Smith had tons of time to just put that ball through, but wasn't up to it.
5-4 Claremont. West Perth are 5-1. Munns to the outer side. He's kicked this straight to a Claremont player, Miles. He goes down towards the pocket and Begovic takes the mark.
It's better other players fitting into the gaps. Oh, look at this.
Short and Golding.
Have you ever seen anything looser in your life than that? Now, Golding, who is a top player and who should be readily recognisable, stood on his own, I'll guarantee, for 10 to 30 seconds.
So Steve Golding, one of the best kicks in this Claremont side. Shoots, and I'd say that's the goal. It is 6-4 now. Claremont, West Perth are 5-1.
Yes, well, maybe at quarter time, Graham Moss said maybe we'll forget about Scott a little bit and other players slip into the gap that's being left there, because two players slipped in there, Begovic originally, and then he used the ball over quite nicely to where Golding stood just completely unattended on the, what's that, the 25-metre line, without a player within 10 to 15 yards of him. And the West Perth players seem to be getting very confused, but it's certainly the shortest passing game that I've seen from two sides for a long time.
9 points the margin. There's the bounce favouring Court. Oh, the ruckman can get an effective tap away. Begovic out of the centre, worth a kick. Out comes Mitchell, couldn't control it. Now Michalczyk over the ball.
Oh, Mitchell's. Oh, but Mitchell's ripped.
And the kick's going Claremont's way to Mitchell, who plays on. Golding running downfield, and Golding takes the chest mark.
Yeah, but Mitchell completely ripped Managlio's head off right in front of the umpire. I mean, you'd have to be Tommy the Blind Miner not to see it. And then Mitchell ended up with a free kick. God, no wonder players give up this game.
So Golding a chance to kick his second goal in a matter of minutes. Not a bad drop punt, line ball decision. Rogers getting a hand to it, socket off the ground by
Scott.
Scott at the air. Could be a goal, it is. Clever play by John Scott. That's his fourth for the afternoon.
Well, you've heard it. Great Scott. Presence of mind. Ball rebounded. The only one with eyes for the thought of the ball, at the fact that it hadn't gone through, and he's put the boot to the ball and put it through. But once again, Golding is starting to prove very elusive. He's playing over on that, seemingly on that left half forward flank. Mitchell's becoming very, very dangerous. But I'll tell you what, that was a goal by charity, because Mitchell got the free kick. Mitchell should have given the free kick to Managlio. 13
points to margin. Rogers wins the tap. Drove by Begovic. Sends Claremont to attack with a high kick. Mitchell and Bell. Mitchell taps it out to Malaxis. No, Bell comes through and wins the day for West Perth. Now Managlio. Out wide, not a good hand pass. Gathered in by Davidson. Davidson's got Golding loose again, and he'll go back and have another shot, will he?
Who is playing on him?
Pops in the short pass. Malaxis with courage. Didn't take the mark, though. Scott dives on the ball. Wants the hand pass. Wide of Smith. Now Shepherd. Through comes Gastiff. Shepherd ends up with the ball. Snaps at goal. He's gone outwards, and David O'Connell. And the mark's been paid.
I'll tell you what, if he kicks a goal, it's the funniest way I've ever seen a side to get one, because everybody had an opportunity and no one did it. But Golding can't like Malaxis very much. He nearly got him killed.
They snuck in through for a goal. 8-4 now, Claremont, and West Perth are 5-1. West Perth don't want to lose touch of Claremont at this stage.
No. Caught doing big things at centre bound stands, but not only Caught doing the big thing, Begovic is doing a tremendous thing by the way he's standing back. Actually, Court's probably lost a couple of knocks, and they've gone back, and Begovic has read the ball very well. And they're nice and sharp on that left-hand side of the ground, where Davidson, Golding and Mitchell all seem to be in control in pace department. And West Perth are getting caught out between the lines. There seems to be space. Scott's not running into it now, but other players are, and Claremont are using the ball to the middle area.
So West Perth trail now by 21 points. They got to within a couple of points of Claremont, but the Tigers have kicked the last 3 goals. And Court wins the tap again to Mitchell. Hand passes through the pack, and Davidson, he needs to pick it up. He was pushed in the back by Gastiff. No kick. Chance there for Malaxis. He was pushed by Buick, and Malaxis gets the kick. Hand passes to Golding. Golding goes down towards the pocket. Out comes Scott, and Scott yards in front of Studer. That may be 15 metres. It is. He's been brought back now by umpire Hearn. Or is he? No.
Well, he seemed to indicate he's going to bring him back.
Now Scott will kick this from outside the 50-metre circle. It's proving dangerous. He's kicked 4 already. That kick lacking about 2 metres. Doug Smith from behind. The ball's gone through for a minor score.
Gee, nearly had the opportunity to do another little socker, Doug Smith, on that occasion.
So McGovern comes to the grandstand side. Lil gallops after it. Hand passes over the top, and Lithgow just backward of centre wing. Panizza fell to ground, I think, by a tackle from Lil. Knocked off by Michael O'Connell from Bradmore. Now Warwick gives it to Bradmore. Bradmore's got Manane loose. Awkward hand pass. Through comes McKenna. Gathers the ball now and comes infield and kick it. Knocked away by Managlio. Now Warwick got to commit his body. He falls to ground. Miles tries to come through, and the umpire eventually calling for a bounce.
Court doing a tremendous amount of work for Claremont. Top tackle in that occasion where he lobbed it right on Warwick.
22 points the margin. Rogers wins it down. Where's his Rovers? He gives it straight to Panizza. Panizza out to Mitchell. Mitchell a high ball down towards half forward. Lil, and standing his ground was Munns, and Munns has been paid the mark. 8-5 plays 5-1. 14-minute second term. Munns to a congested forward line, knocked away by Michael O'Connell. Now Bradmore. Bradmore gets the kick away. Manane, it was touched. Now Michalczyk over the top to Gastiff. He's 50 metres out. He fires at goal with his left foot. Foley, one-hander, couldn't mark. Still he got a chance, Foley. And it's pushed through by Owens for a point.
Top play by Owens on that occasion. He kept the pressure on, but I can see problems. If West Perth would work their ball in quickly to Foley, I reckon Foley could beat this fella in the air. And it's surprising to me, all this fiddle-faddle short stuff, when you've got this sort of control obvious.
Kick it to the outer side. And has that been touched by that Claremont player out there?
Yeah, he ran it over the line. It's a throw-in.
Miles. Well, he's obviously been shifted off Bradmore. He's guarding Laidley at the present time. He's playing out of a forward pocket. Rogers out of the air. Malaxis falls to ground, not before he gets the hand pass out looking for Morton. And there'll be another boundary throw in.
Yeah, Michael O'Connell's got Bradmore now.
Yep. Right half forward, West Perth into attack. They need a goal now to get back in the game. Court wins the tap at the back of the pack. Gathered by Dean Warwick. Warwick in short, straight to kick it over his head. Managlio, hand pass now through to Gastiff. It was an awkward one. He's tackled by Kickett, or by Mitchell. And Mitchell's got the free kick. Gastiff penalised for holding the ball.
Mitchell's a superb tackler. You know, he's going at the man that's going to receive the ball before the handball's thrown. Superb stuff.
Don't like the kick. Chance for Foley. He sockers off the ground. He's kicked that. No, he's hit the behind the goal post through for a point.
Well, West Perth showed Claremont not to do, kicked across the goal, so Claremont learnt nothing and did it themselves and nearly lost a goal for themselves.
McKenna doing the honours, goes looking for Golding, opposed to two West Perth players. Mitka couldn't take the mark and Panizza runs away with the ball now. Panizza goes for the short pass and Shepherd takes the mark on centre wing. Over the top goes the hand pass. Panizza running hard. Scott makes the break. It's the low kick. Won't reach Scott. Lil needs to control it. He finally does. Thought about a hand pass to Muggervan. Elects to go to the centre wing. Panizza in front. Nearly takes the mark. Is interfered with by Mitka. And he'll get the kick.
Becoming a very damaging player, Panizza. Very damaging player. Mitka not picking it.
Well, I don't think he can be penalised in that situation, Pete.
The umpire said to him, give the ball back, and he didn't do it. So the umpire's in control of the game, and we've got to get on with our footy.
Panizza, not a good kick. Now Muggervan, brought to ground. Now Smith goes to ground. They all dive on it. Fong, hand passes out to Bell. Bell through the pack and Rogers goes through his leg. Fong comes through again. Begovic, he goes to ground. Picked up brilliantly by Smith. Tries to break the tackle. Hand passes to Golding. Golding tackled by Munns. And Munns has got the kick.
I like the look of Munns. He's a dead dinkum determined footballer, this fella. He applies pressure on all occasions. Gets confused a bit at times when he's got the ball, but he does work hard at his game.
8-5 to 5. 3 short ones on to Buick. 50 metres out. That should be 15 metres against Mitchell. It is. 20 points the margin. West Perth trail. Now Buick. Awkward kick to centre wing. Michalczyk goes up. Knocked away by Michael O'Connell. Rove by Managlio to Manane. Manane can run on. You go longer, Foley. One out, Jill. Foley and Owens. Foley nearly the mark. Couldn't hang on to it. Owens taps the ball on. Now Foley comes through. Tackled by Kickett. Dispossesses the West Perth player. Owens goes in. Met heavily. Ball running free. Chance for Buick. He gets on his left foot. He's 40 metres out. The kick won't make the distance. McKenna stands his ground. Gastiff from behind the high flyer.
Top
and there'll be a
stuff,
boundary
McKenna.
throw in.
Superb stuff, McKenna. He was caught underneath the ball and his knock away was very, very clever. As a matter of fact, he is a very impressive young fellow. I can understand why Grant Dorrans would like him in this Teal Cup squad.
Foley and Court. Court takes front berth, goes looking for McKenna, who taps it towards the boundary line. Still he goes, McKenna. Taps it out to Begovic. Picks it up well, Begovic. Over the top goes the hand pass to Michael O'Connell. Just a fraction too far for him, but he's prepared to tap on again. Malaxis' run of the ball is blocked there by West Perth Laidley through his legs. He gets it out to Warwick. Warwick's on centre wing. He's superbly tackled. It's close to the boundary line. Another chance for Laidley just inside the line. Now he gets the kick away. Big pack of players and Court goes up. No mark. Now he pushes the ball through. Michael O'Connell goes to ground. And finally the umpire will call for a bounce.
Their attitude is obvious that they're not going to let West Perth work the ball into open space. They're prepared to give 15 metres away to allow to stop West Perth from moving their ball.
Court goes up. One down to Buick. Buick to Manane. Quick kick away. Out comes Owens in front. He takes the chest mark. He should run on. He does now with a hand pass. Infield to Begovic. Begovic the short kick over the head of Michael O'Connell. Through comes Lil. West O'Connell's over the ball and there'll be a bounce. West Perth appealing for the free kick. Buick over the top of O'Connell. No kick paid and the umpire will bounce.
Game's bogged down considerably. A lot of pressure by both sides.
20 minutes, second term. Chance for Corey Buick. Tries to break away. Morton gets the hand pass away. Stolen by Bell. Bell has a bounce. He's told to run to the 50-metre line by Manane. He fires at goal. It could go through. It has. Goal to Brendan Bell. West Perth 6-3. Thermometer 8 goals 5.
Yeah, and that was no nonsense football by Bell. He's picked the ball up. He's charged through the middle of the pack. He didn't look for one of the West Perth nonsense short passes. He's seen the goals, he's realised it was within his kicking range, and he's let it go and finished it off. And I believe if West Perth would play this sort of football, break quick, kick the ball long, look for Foley at all costs down at full forward, whoever else, the big men down at full forward against Owens, they could capitalise quite considerably, because Claremont aren't really developing much themselves.
So the margin now 14 points. West Perth stay in touch. 21 minutes now, second term. Foley opposed to court. He's done all the ruck work for Claremont in the first half. Buick roves the ball, kicks the half forward and straight to Morton. Morton runs on. What's he got upfield? Mark Hand. Up he goes, blocked away by Gastiff. Good play by Johnny Gastiff, but he couldn't control it inside the line. A slight push by David O'Connell. Nothing in that. There'll be a boundary throw in. Court's off the ground now, Perth.
Been a magnificent performance by the big bloke. Nearly best on ground for effect.
Throw in right half forward. David O'Connell doing the ruck work, wins it down. Lil to Gastiff. Gastiff tackled by Panessa. Gathered in by Malaxis, has had a quiet game. Malaxis goes looking for Scott. From behind Suda, ball comes to ground. Suda can come through. He wants to get the ball away, gives it to Bell. Through comes Golding, blocking Suda. Bell's path of the ball. Golding held without it, and Golding gets the kick.
He was held twice. I'll tell you what, the pattern of play to Scott is a little bit of a problem for Claremont, I reckon.
Golding from centre half forward to the edge of the goal square. Up goes Smith. Lil, hand passes out. Now Mark Hand taps it out looking for Mitchell. Through comes Corey Buick, seemed to be pushing the back. No kick, the kick smothered there. Warwick side stepping the traffic. He's brought to ground by Miles. Picked up by Smith, who put the ball to ground. Play allowed to go on. A high tackle on the West Perth player. Umpire ball calling for a bounce. It's on behind the play. Again, Miles is there and Warwick. Miles, who tackled Warwick, just is about to break away.
How many free kicks do you reckon you could have found in that lot to break up that pack?
Smith wins it down. Corey Buick out of the pack, couldn't get the kick away. Mitchell dives on it, so does Warwick. The hand pass meant for Gastiff, smothered by Golding. Golding kicks down towards full forward. A lot of shepherding down there. Suda leads back in the race, picks it up. Now he's got time to steady. Munn should have shepherded. Suda runs to the 25-metre line, goes to centre wing. Buick and Davidson's been dominant, takes the mark. Works in short and Golding. Now Claremont can go back into attack. Golding will find Scott.
That was a missed kick, you know.
Yep. Well, Scott's proved a headache for Suda. He's kicked 4 goals already. And Peter Davidson taking that mark, sending Claremont back into attack. Has been a winner on his centre wing opposed to Buick. And now Scott can finish the work off. He's 25 metres out, straight in front. He's kicked 5 for the game. And Claremont large in the gap there, 9-5. West Perth is 6-3.
Yeah, well, it was a missed kick, actually, I believe. I believe Golding shot for the square, although it's been a very dangerous play this quarter. You made the point very, very soundly. Davidson over opposed to Darren Buick has been absolutely in superb control, and his play through to Golding was good stuff. But Suda was very poor on that occasion. He's run away bouncing the ball. The first job of a backman is to stand on his man, and even allowing for the missed kick, he didn't do the fundamental of football, and that was go and stand shoulder to shoulder with your man. As a result, Scott found himself on his own.
So 20 points to margin then, nearing the time on mark of the second quarter. And up goes Tate on the ground for the first time. Foley over the centre, hand passes to Manane, who tumbles to ground. Ball's knocked out to the advantage of Munns. Munns over the ball, looks for Foley. Still Munns goes. And finally, there'll be a bounce again. Tate and Foley. Tate wins the tap. Tino Santi, and knocked on then by Begovic down towards half forward. Laidley, this will test his leg out. Miles coming on the scene, tackles Laidley brilliantly, but he's got support in the agency of Lil. Lil goes looking for Bradmore from behind his marksman O'Connell, and there'll be a boundary throw in.
So you'll find it a bit harder on O'Connell. O'Connell's a very close checker, quick player too, and likes to play from in front, so things are going to get tougher for Bradmore from here on in.
Throw in midway between centre wing and half forward. Foley goes up and wins the tap. Rove by Davidson. Gets the quick kick away. Manane knocks it away from Malaxis. Chance for Bell. Good play, Bell. He lacks support, though. Picked up by Miles for Claremont. He goes to half forward. Mitchell seemed to interfere with Warwick. Through comes Lil. Hand passes to Manane. Manane wheels on his left foot. Comes to the outer side. Here comes Bradmore and O'Connell. O'Connell gave Bradmore a buck towards the ball. Paneza's got pace. Cuts in front of Bradmore. Now Panessa will go across the ground, will he? He does. He goes for a short pass, and Davidson on his knees takes the mark.
Good tidying up by the wingman.
The two wingmen, then up goes Manane, no mark, Michalczyk and O'Connell now. Out comes Mitchell, Warwick's there, Mitchell couldn't take the mark and there'll be a throw in.
Yeah, good play by Warwick. Close attendance, not an easy man to attend to in a running race, and he did the job well, Warwick.
It looks like Manane's in the middle now opposed to Michalczyk, is he? No. Morton picking up Manane now. Foley wins the tap, chance for Munns. Hands behind him. Munns gets the hand pass away to Mifka, who's been unsighted today, Perth, and that kicks out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, Finishes worked too hard for Mifka, in my opinion. The two Claremont wingmen are running too hard for their immediate opponents. They're on top. These fellas are brilliant, Mifka and Darren Buick, but they're not working as hard as their counterparts.
9-5 to 6-3, and Claremont in front by 20 points. Manane's penalised here, or West Perth are at least. Morton goes for another short pass. Kicker takes the mark. Over the top to Golding. Now Golding gets the kick away towards half forward, and Foley stands his ground, takes the mark.
Yeah, David O'Connell keeps leading backwards. You don't play centre forward that way. Front first,
Foley,
place.
the centre wing and Bradmore, knocked away by Tate. Mifka reads it well off hands, makes a bit of space for himself, sends an awkward floating kick. King and Davidson's mark. Well, Claremont have dominated on their two wings. In short, there's the other wingman, Panizza. Now Begovic running hard, he'll go to Begovic. Opposed to him is Buick. Begovic takes the mark.
Gee, what a good kick that was.
Yep, inch perfect. Runs infield now. Up goes Doug Smith, knocked away by Suter. Chance for Foley. Now Hand roving the pack. He'll snap it goal. Won't make the distance. From behind, David O'Connell with the run of the ball. No mark. Hand passed through by Managlio. Straight to mark Hand. He scrambles the kick down towards full forward and it bounces through for a point.
Hasn't had many touches today, Ham, but he had a couple in quicker row there. But once again, I try to make the point. David O'Connell at centre forward's causing Claremont a bit of trouble.
Where's Les Fong? Haven't seen him. Kick in from Muggervan to Corey Buick, who runs to half back and centre wing. Up goes King, knocked away well by Davidson. Now McKenna. Gastiff behind him. McKenna pushes the ball. There's Fong.
With
and
his
there'll be a
shadow.
bounce. Yep.
With his shadow, and the shadow's doing a pretty good job. Dintino Santi, is that his name?
I'm not going to try and pronounce it. Out of side centre wing. Foley goes up opposed to Tater, wins the tap. And McKenna playing the percentage football out there. And there'll be another throw in. 27 minutes now in the second term. Claremont will go in half time with a handy 21-point break at this stage. West Perth trying to bridge that as Laidley comes up. And there's a kick picked out. It's going West Perth's way.
Laidley, must have been a high tackle. I thought it was probably grabbed. The fella probably thought that he didn't have the ball, but obviously around the neck.
Laidley to centre half forward. Evans comes out on the lead, knocked away by Owens. Chance here for West Perth. Buick through the pack. Went looking for Gastiff. Intercepted now by Owens to Michael O'Connell. And Claremont out of trouble, easily out of defence. They go looking for Michalczyk. Opposed to by Mifka. This will be a good duel. Mifka wins the day. He's had a quiet first half. Has a bounce. Sets it up high down towards full forward. Gastiff falls to ground. The two Claremont players oppose each other down there. It's knocked away by Owens from McKenna, and it'll be a boundary throw in.
Yeah, they did two Claremont players, but it was no nonsense defence.
Yep.
They charged through and thumped the ball away in very aggressive fashion. It was good stuff.
50 metres out from the West Perth goal. They'd love a goal here just before half-time. Evans wins it down to Managlio. He's looking for a kick as he goes to ground. Hand passes brilliantly to Bradmore. Gastiff 25 metres out, and he's put one through.
Yes, what they love kind of pass was good play on that occasion. Managlio worked hard for the hard ball. He threw it out to Bradmore, and this allowed Gastiff to finish it off. Gastiff a bit unlucky a moment ago when he could have probably been considered to have been interfered with by a Claremont player when he fell to the ground. But that's a very handy goal. It keeps the game very open. Only, 15 points between them and almost half-time.
Well, it keeps West Perth in touch. It's been a dour struggle so far. 16 goals scored in the first half. Now through comes Foley. Tate. Hand pass intercepted. Chance for King. Overruns the ball. Tate comes through. Now Davidson running right out there. Goes to the pass and Scott comes up. Knocked away by Muggervan. Now chance for Hand. Through comes Munns. Munns will run back into trouble, will he? Hooks it with his left foot. Makes about 25 metres. Scott will go up from behind Laidley. Chance for Bell, held without it. It's been seen and Bell will get the kick. Now Laidley runs on as the advantage is played. Laidley to centre wing and Foley just couldn't bring it in, and there's the siren. It's half time. Claremont 9-6-60. lead West Perth by 15 points. The Falcons 7-3-45.